Have you ever imagined this moment? You're standing outside your home, maybe in your car, maybe on your own property. Suddenly, police officers approach you. Their voices are sharp, direct, and urgent. Hand over the gun. Your heart starts racing. Your mind goes blank. Do you argue? Do you explain? Do you panic? Do you comply immediately? Do you ask questions? One wrong sentence in a tense moment can create serious legal problems. One emotional reaction can turn a manageable situation into a dangerous one. And one careless statement can be used against you later in court. That is why today's video is so important. We're going to talk about what lawyers often recommend saying when police demand a firearm, why your words matter, how to protect your rights, and how to stay safe in a high-pressure encounter. This is not about resisting police. This is not about creating conflict. This is about staying calm, being smart, protecting yourself legally, and understanding your rights. Because when adrenaline rises, people make mistakes. And in these moments, calm words can protect your future. Let's begin. First, let's talk about the biggest mistake people make. When police say, "hand over the gun," many people instantly react emotionally. Some become angry, some become defensive. Some say things like, "You have no right, this is illegal, I know my rights, you can't take my property." Others start explaining everything. "It's registered, I have a permit, I was just moving it, it belongs to my cousin, I forgot it was there." And some people do something even worse. They reach suddenly, they move their hands quickly, they point toward the weapon, they try to show where it is. That can be extremely dangerous. Why? Because police arriving at a scene involving a firearm are already on high alert. They are assessing risk in seconds. Sudden movement, arguments, and confusion can escalate fear immediately. So what should you do instead? The first thing is simple. Stay still. Keep your hands visible. Do not make sudden movements. Speak clearly and use calm words. One of the smartest responses lawyers often recommend is this: "Officer, I will comply. Please give me clear instructions. I do not consent to any searches, and I wish to remain silent until I speak with a lawyer." Let's break down why these words matter. First, "Officer, I will comply." This lowers tension. It tells the officer you are not resisting. It shows cooperation without volunteering extra information. That can be critical in tense moments. Second, "Please give me clear instructions." This is powerful because it protects safety. If there is a firearm present, you do not want confusion. You do not want guessing. You do not want sudden movements. You want the officer to tell you exactly what to do. For example, step back, turn around, keep your hands up, do not touch the weapon, walk backward. Clear commands reduce danger for everyone. Third, "I do not consent to any searches." This sentence matters legally. Many people do not realize that police sometimes rely on consent searches. If you voluntarily agree, you may waive certain legal challenges later. By calmly stating you do not consent, you preserve rights. Now listen carefully. This does not mean physically resisting a search. Never physically interfere. Never fight officers. Never grab objects. Never block them. You can verbally refuse consent while remaining physically peaceful. That distinction is extremely important. And fourth, "I wish to remain silent until I speak with a lawyer." This may be the most important sentence of all, because many cases are built not from physical evidence, but from the suspect's own mouth. People talk when nervous. They ramble. They try to sound innocent. They fill silence. They guess. They lie. They exaggerate. They minimize. And later, prosecutors compare every word. That is why silence can be protection. Now let's go deeper. Imagine this scenario. Police stop your vehicle. They say someone reported a gun. They ask, "Where is it? Is it loaded? Why do you have it? Do you have a permit? What were you planning to do with it?" Your instinct may be to explain everything, but under stress, people say inaccurate things. Maybe you misspeak. Maybe you forget details. Maybe you answer badly. Maybe your state laws are complicated. Maybe the firearm belongs to someone else. Maybe there are transport rules you misunderstood. This is why many defense attorneys say, stop talking early. Be respectful, be calm, but stop talking. Now, some viewers may ask, won't staying silent make me look guilty? Not necessarily. People invoke legal rights every day. Wanting counsel is not an admission of guilt. It is caution. And caution matters when the stakes are high. Another question. What if I legally own the firearm? Even then, silence can still matter, because lawful ownership does not automatically end all issues. There may be questions about storage, location, transport, licensing, carry restrictions, prior orders, prohibited zones, or misunderstandings. Even innocent people can talk themselves into trouble. Now let's discuss body language. Words matter, but body language matters too. If police mention a gun, do not point toward your waistband suddenly. Do not reach into a glove compartment. Do not turn fast. Do not bend down. Do not put hands in pockets. Do not step aggressively. Instead, freeze. Raise empty hands if safe to do so. Say, "My hands are visible. The firearm is in the glove box. The firearm is on my right hip. How would you like me to proceed?" That last sentence is smart because it asks for instructions rather than taking action yourself. Now let's talk about homeowners. Suppose officers come to your door. They say, "We need the gun." You may feel shocked, angry, confused, but the same principles apply. Do not escalate through the door. Do not reach behind you. Do not grab anything. Do not start yelling legal arguments. Instead say, "Officer, I do not consent to entry without a warrant. I will comply with lawful orders. I wish to speak with a lawyer." If they have a warrant, the legal situation changes. But arguing on the porch rarely helps. Preserve issues for court, not the sidewalk. Now let's address something critical. Laws differ by country, state, and jurisdiction. Firearm laws are highly specific. Carry laws differ. Permit rules differ. Transport rules differ. Castle doctrine laws differ. Duty to inform laws differ. Red flag laws differ. Seizure procedures differ. That means no single script solves every situation. But calmness, silence, non-resistance, and requesting counsel are powerful in many places. Now let's discuss what not to say. Never say, "It's not mine." If later evidence says otherwise, credibility is damaged. Never say, "I forgot it was there." That can create new legal problems depending on circumstances. Never say, "I was only carrying it because." Long explanations often become evidence. Never say, "You can't search anything." You can refuse consent, but do not command officers aggressively. Never say, "If you touch me, I'll sue." Street threats rarely help. Never say, "I know the chief." Irrelevant and often counterproductive. And never joke. Do not joke about shooting. Do not joke about crime. Do not joke about weapons. Officers do not know your sense of humor in tense moments. Now here is another powerful phrase. I am invoking my right to remain silent. Why say it clearly? Because silence alone is not always enough in every legal context. Clear invocation removes ambiguity. Then stop talking. That part matters. Some people say they want silence, then keep talking for 20 minutes. Do not do that. Now let's talk about passengers. If you are a passenger in a car and police ask about a gun, do not speak over the driver. Do not reach around. Do not turn suddenly. Keep hands visible. Let one person speak calmly. If asked directly, respond minimally and respectfully. If there is a lawful duty to disclose where you live, comply with local law. Then stop volunteering extra details. Now let's discuss emotional control. Police encounters are stressful. Even lawful gun owners may feel insulted. You may think, "I did nothing wrong." Maybe, true. But roadside anger can become disorderly conduct, obstruction allegations, or simply make the situation worse. Winning emotionally in the moment can lose strategically later. Sometimes the smartest short-term move feels unsatisfying. Calm now. Fight legally later. That is wisdom. Now let's talk about recording. In many places, recording police in public is legal if done lawfully and without interference, but laws vary. If you choose to record, do it calmly. Announce it if appropriate. Do not shove a phone in anyone's face. Do not ignore commands because you are filming. And do not assume recording replaces a lawyer. It does not. Now let's discuss after the encounter. Suppose police seize the firearm or cite you. What next? Do not rant online. Do not post angry videos confessing facts. Do not message friends' details. Do not text admissions. Do not destroy records. Instead, write down everything privately while memory is fresh. Time, location, officer names if known, witnesses, what was said, what was taken. Then contact a qualified lawyer immediately. That early step can be crucial. Now let's address a common misunderstanding. People think rights only matter if guilty. Wrong. Rights protect innocent people too. Innocent people misstate facts. Innocent people get nervous. Innocent people are misunderstood. Innocent people face false accusations. That is why legal rights exist. Now let's use a sample script. Officer says, "Hand over the gun." You say, "Officer, I will comply. My hands are visible. Please give me clear instructions." Officer secures weapon, then asks questions. You say, "I choose to remain silent and I would like a lawyer." Simple, respectful, clear, protective. Now another scenario. Officer says, "Is that your gun?" You may feel pressure to answer. Instead, "I would like to remain silent and speak with counsel." Another scenario. "Why do you have it?" Response, "I am invoking my right to remain silent." Another scenario. "Open the trunk." Response, "I do not consent to searches. I will not resist." These phrases avoid argument while preserving rights. Now, let's be honest. Some officers may continue questioning. Some may pressure you to talk. Some may say, "If you've done nothing wrong, why not answer?" That pressure is common. Stay calm. Repeat politely, "I am choosing to remain silent. I would like a lawyer." Do not get baited into debate. Do not explain your silence. Do not become sarcastic. Repeat and stop. Now let's talk about viewers outside the United States. Different countries have different rules regarding silence, counsel, search powers, and firearm possession. Some places have strict disclosure obligations or limited gun rights. So always learn local law. But one principle is universal. Stress causes mistakes. Calmness prevents many of them. Now let's cover a dangerous mistake many never consider: trying to help officers by handling the gun yourself. For example, "It's okay, officer, I'll unload it." No, never do that unless specifically and unmistakably ordered, and even then move slowly with verbal confirmation. Why? Because officers cannot read your mind. They only see movement toward a weapon. Let them control the scene. Now let's talk about ego. Many legal disasters begin with ego. "You can't talk to me like that. Do you know who I am? You're violating everything. I'm not scared of you." Those words may feel satisfying for 3 seconds. Then what? Long detention, charges, escalation. Use discipline, not ego. Now, an important disclaimer. This video is educational, not personal legal advice. Laws vary widely, facts matter, and emergencies differ. If you face charges or weapon-related police contact, speak with a licensed attorney in your area immediately. But as a general rule, remember this formula. Stay still. Keep hands visible. Comply physically. Do not consent verbally. Invoke silence. Request a lawyer. Repeat if needed. That formula has protected many people from making life-changing mistakes. Before we end, let me give you the exact short version you should remember under stress. If police say, "Hand over the gun," say, "Officer, I will comply. Please give me clear instructions. I do not consent to searches. I choose to remain silent. I want a lawyer." That's it. No speeches, no debates, no anger, no sudden moves, no explanations. Because in high-pressure moments, fewer words are often safer words. And the people who protect themselves best are not always the loudest. They are the calmest. If you found this video valuable, subscribe to the channel for more content about law, rights, police encounters, and how to protect yourself intelligently. Because knowing your rights before the moment comes can change everything. Stay smart, stay calm, and stay protected.